Truly, I believe that brawler descriptions are one of the most underrated things in the game. They give you so much lore that is much more valuable than the animations and all that stuff. So, let's get into the video without further ado. Grab your popcorn because this is going to be a long one. Okay, so our first brawler is Amber. She's going to be A tier because her description is fire, literally. And yeah, our next brawler is Angelo. So the thing about Angelo is I didn't like his season, and I just don't get the whole incentive thing. So he's gonna be D tier. Wait, our next brawler is Buzz. Wait, so the thing is I have bad experiences with lifeguards. So because of those experiences, I'm gonna give him D tier. Okay, so next one is my personal favorite, Bonnie. Bonnie is exactly like my dog, aka a bundle of destructive energy. So she's going in S tier. The next one is Belle. So for Belle, she's actually a hero because she's trying to get to the end of Star Park, aka saving Brawl Stars kind. So she's going in S tier. So Charlie, the description actually blew my mind. It's so creative. They actually made a poem for it. She's going in automatic S tier. Our next brawler is Chuck. Now this one was pretty cool because I didn't know that Chuck was a musician. I thought that he was some old dead guy that liked to ruin my heist experience. So he's going in A tier. So for Cordelius, I was quite disappointed because they made a unique type of description by like naming attributes, but I don't like that type of description, so he's in D tier. So for Doug's, it was quite short, but it had a pun, so it's going in B tier. For Gray, I think he would be a funny guy to meet from this description, the fake bullets, so he's gonna be B tier. So for Gus, he's basically an occult fan, and I'm not an occult fan, so he's just gonna get a C tier. Our next contestant is prawn ready and out to save the world. He's gonna be A tier. I'm sorry, Hank Mains, he's just not prawn ready enough. For S tier at least. So for Janet, I love that she saves my dog, Bonnie, so she's gonna be A tier. For Kit, I feel bad for him having to give out autographs all the time, but there's really nothing noticeable about this description. Like, there's no puns, so for that, he's gonna be a C tier. Our next contestant is Larry and Laurie. What I'm getting is two brothers. One's a stalker, and one's has an inferiority complex. So they're not gonna make it that high. Only to B tier. So for Lily's, I like it because it shows why she looks like she does. So it's getting an immediate A tier. So for Lola, I don't like people who act tough and stuff or like are really narcissistic. But I like Lola as a brawler, number one. And number two, I think she's pretty cool. I think she'd be interesting to meet in real life. So A tier. Maisie, don't come near her. If this description says that, then don't. Just stay away from her. She's gonna get a C tier because there's really nothing wrong with her. I mean, dangerous situations, they happen a lot. But, like, just don't come near her. Whatever you do. Uncle Lou is here for you. So for Lou, I'm telling you, I would be his first customer. Okay? I would. And for that reason, he's going in at A tier. This explains the whole Piper v Mandy thing. So she's gonna go in B tier because that's really it. Max is an energy drink addict, and that's enough to put her in A tier. I feel bad for Meg. She has an energy drink addict and a narcissist on her team. And that's only her teammates. That's all her teammates. But that's only gonna get her a B tier. Monkey business, that's all I'm gonna say. And that monkey business gives him an A tier. You know, some graffiti artists can be good. So he's going B tier. You know, who can resist chocolate cookies? Pearl's going in A tier. Yeah, Luffy, you should take a lesson from Penny. She's going in B tier. I don't really like child stalkers, so he's going in C tier. You know, we need to make sure Belle stays alive. A tier. For Squeak, I did not know that he was made of dog slobber. I just knew he was made from Mr. Ruff's, but I didn't know that it was dog slobber. Okay. S tier. Hey guys, I like Willow to play Willow as a brawler, but her lore, no. Just no. She's going in D tier. Okay, so I never knew that 8-Bit actually lost one of its guns. So that's gonna be S tier. And this is the lore I'm talking about. Nobody knows this. This is the perfect example of why you should subscribe for more lore like this that you would never know. I never knew that there were rats in Star Park. They should make a rat brawler. That would be kind of fun. B tier. Barley has to be one of the coolest brawlers ever because if anyone messes with him, no matter what, he's gonna throw flaming cocktails at them. He's going in A tier. You know, B is like me, but I do that with dogs. I think, what would my dog say if she could talk? But unfortunately, we're gonna have to give her a B tier. Get it? Okay. We like nerds here on this channel, you know, so we're gonna give BB Bye Bye in S tier. Guys, I have no idea what Robo Rumble is, so comment down below what it is. We're gonna give Bo an S tier. You know, I'm kind of like Brock, because I'm introverted, but I try to hide it. So he's going in B tier. You know, this just shows that you should never mess with the bull, okay? A tier. You know, Brawl Stars, we don't care if it's highly dangerous and unprofessional. We just care if it's fun. He's going in B tier. You know, this reminds me of the good old days. Whenever I was a Byron main, all I would do is I'd attack the enemies and I'd never heal my teammates. This is going in S tier. Now we know how Gym Grab came to be. C tier. It wasn't too good. Of a description at least. You know, I get why he had a Loki Chester skin because that's exactly what Loki does. I don't like people like this, so he's gonna go in D tier. Guys, I have nothing against crazy people, so she's going in B tier. You know, Ruffs is the absolute opposite of my own dog at home. She doesn't act tough, she acts schizophrenic, and two, she doesn't want to be a good girl. So, for that reason, Ruffs is going in S tier. Good job, Ruffs. You know, people like this who are basically born with everything, I'm not saying that I'm not, but like they seem to be pretty shallow on the inside. So, I mean, I'm just gonna give him a C tier. This description is okay. This kind of guy is more of like a protagonist. You know, he's hiding something. So, we're gonna give him an A tier. You know, whoever's writing this description they probably don't like someone at work, like someone at work got promoted instead of them, and now they're taking out um that rage in the form of description. That's probably not what happened, but it's just my interpretation of it. And for that, Daryl's going in B tier. You know, Don is crazy as a birdie and he loves booms. So he's getting S tier. You know, Ems seems like one of those e-girls that goes like, oh my god, from this. And I never liked Ems before, and this doesn't make me like Ems any better, so she's going in D tier. So I never knew that Eve was actually an insect. I thought that Eve was a alien from another world. But this is just cool. But I mean, I don't really like insects, and you can't just huddle up in my good doggo's hair. So she's going in B tier. You know, I like karate, I like kung fu, and I also like kicking, so it's perfect. He's an S tier. You know, I didn't know that Frank was a DJ, but I knew that he was somehow part of the beats department from like the in his voice lines. So that's kind of cool. He's gonna go in B tier. Sadly, not A tier because he's kind of overshadowed by like Miko and um the addict to energy drinks. You know, I would actually want to be um blowed by snow from Gale because you know that would actually be pretty fun. So he's going in A tier. So his personality is split between his teapot and him. What does that mean? Does it mean that the teapot is part of his mind or that he's bipolar? He's going in B tier. So this doesn't make sense. He literally shoots money. Okay? One of his voice lines is money, 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 money. How is he poor? Like, what? Okay. He's going in C tier. You know, there's all these rumors going around that Grom is a child kidnapper, but like, if you look at the description, it literally says that the children tortured him. Wait, so you're wrong. He's going in B tier too. She's like one of those people who just can't resist cursing. And for that, she's going in A tier. You know, Jeffsy seems like one of those side characters in a movie who just like ventures off into the woods to prove to their big brother or sister that they are capable enough. But then they get completely eaten by a monster. And then the plot happens. So she's going in B tier. Again, one of those protagonists. But this time, I don't really like him. I don't really like the plot that could happen, so he's gonna go in C tier. Wait, this time I'm gonna read it all. When it comes to karaoke, Melody shows no mercy. Armed with her kawaii looks and devilish set of pipes, she never fails to steal the limelight. Okay, man. That's gonna be S tier. Oh, so that's why Mortis always fails trick shots. He hates his teammates because they're not dying. Oh. That's A tier. You know, getting mad at people for not dying is cool. Oh, so that's why one of his voice lines is like, "Arr, arr, arr, arr." Wait, that's B tier. It was okay. You know, this is S tier. Even if her whole life was made to look after one girl. You know, Nanny's S tier, description is S tier, everything. Nita seems like that one runner girl from Greek mythology. Comment down below if you know. She was the one who got tricked by the golden apples of Aphrodite. So yeah, A tier for the Greek mythology reference. I didn't know that Jesse and Pam were from a junkyard until this video. So that's actually kind of cool. We're gonna give Pam an A tier. Okay, 1. How does this guy have a concert every single day? Wouldn't he get insanely tired? 2. So the whole turn it up to 11 with Poco and Draco. For Draco, it's fantasy up to 11. It's not music. Right? So they're wrong. This actually confirms my suspicion and everybody's suspicion that Piper actually tried to assassinate Mandy in her kingdom because it says don't ask for her past. I think that's kind of cool. A tier. I really don't like people who just keep playing whenever you ask them to stop. So that's gonna be D tier. But I like Poco as a brawler. I even got him to rank 15 power 1. But like, you just don't want a person like that. For this description, doesn't mean except maybe his fellow performers. Does that mean that he loses in fights against his fellow performers, or his fellow performers don't like him? Another comment down below which one you think. That's gonna be B tier. Okay, guys, it's clear that Rico has 8th grade syndrome. Okay, and I have no idea how he managed to win over Piper, so he's getting an A tier. We like 8th grade syndrome people. So now we know why she is a boxing botanist. Because she has specimens that try to eat her. That's kind of cool. But unfortunately, she's going in B tier. So I actually didn't know that Sandy and his sister actually had a store. So that's kind of cool. A tier. I agree. Why did Colt get to steal the limelight? I don't know. She's gonna be an A tier because I agree with her. Number 1, Spike's description should be blank because he can't talk. Number 2, I feel so bad for Spike. It literally says, you cannot even begin to imagine the depths of his trauma. What happened? What happened? You know what? That's S tier. So I didn't know that Sprout was affiliated with Rosa. And also, I wonder what the seed is. We're gonna have to wait to see if there's a season with where the seed like grows. Who knows? A tier. I wonder what Stu was like whenever he was in prime condition, because he can remember the mutation era. He could just like spam that, and the description was still there. I wonder if it's hypercharge will change that, or I don't know. He's going in C tier because that didn't really tell me much. Yep. I guess Max drinks out of Surge. D tier. It doesn't really tell me much. This adds to the whole she owns a shop thing. So that's kinda cool. A tier, along with her brother. Hey man, we should create a foundation where Tig actually becomes the leader. Because he's probably better at blowing things up than Penny. Yeah. Hashtag make Tick leader. He's gonna be A tier. And then for our finale, there's Edgar. Phew. Is it over? That's S tier. Well, that's all. Thanks for watching. This took me a ton of time to make. So, thanks. See you later. Subscribe. And yeah, if you have any feedback, tell me. Sayonara.
In the future!
You will subscribe or be abducted. Melodians, Taito Gande.